And we are back from our extra long commercial break, and this is Star Trek Next Frontier, episode 2.01. May you live in interesting times. This is our third session. I'm not sure how much farther we're going to get or how much longer before the whole episode is done or everyone is dead. But with that in mind, our good friend now, Commander Frank Drake is going to give us a recap of what's come thus far. Mr. Drake, will you?
I will. We'll start off in the Delta Quadrant aboard the Starship Voyager with our Lieutenant James and Weber, who's not here today, unfortunately. They're aboard the Voyager alongside the EMH and Seven and the other dude whose name I keep forgetting. Icheb, there we go. Making their way towards a proto-wormhole that they have discovered within the Delta Quadrant, which they believe will lead them back to the Alpha Quadrant. This proto-wormhole has been found at the coordinates that Weber discovered through his weird magic time, but whatever the magic time may be, these are the coordinates. So they're making their way to the proto-wormhole. Lieutenant James had a great idea of modifying one of the ships to allow transfer through the proto-wormhole, as it seems to be a wee bit too small for the Voyager itself. They are on their way, and unfortunately, they're surrounded by Borg everywhere, but which didn't seem to be looking for them. We discovered during the last episode as well that the Borg seem to be immediately, as in instantaneously, assimilating everything they come across, including entire planets, which is oh so concerning. And finally, they get zooming into the proto-wormhole, getting much closer, about to beat a Borg ship that's going to arrive as well. The Borg ship contacts them, and on screen appears Captain Janeway as a Borg, unfortunately. Don't know what's going on there, very concerned, not my problem. Back in the Alpha Quadrant, we have different problems. We have the young junior Q in our possession, who tells us of the very, very, very bad situation that we're in. We have a Q Borg queen who's taking over everything except us for some reason, because she may or may not need us alive as an anchor to keep her universe going, because she's taking over the entire universe and becoming a god. Little concerning. And as a countermeasure to this Q Borg Queen God, the Q have told every other being that could potentially cause damage that we may be the anchors and to come and kill us. So we're trying to deal with that. Not sure what we're going to do there. But we've got our own problems. We're still in the Dominion War, so we were having a fight with a few ships there. We won. Our new commander Captain Lulk, I suppose, and his Klingon ship has been entertaining us greatly. Alas, we decide to join another offensive, as it turns out the Dominion are also trying to kill us because they know that we're the anchor that links everything together. Who knows what's going on? And we go and join a battle against the Dominion, where our lovely Starfleet command decides to throw a little spanner into the works. There he is, waving at us, as he throws in some giant, weird, sandworm spaceship that shoots a giant laser, destroying at least half of the Starfleet ships that are there. And that's how we ended, about to die. So thank you.
There you go. I love that you keep calling it a sandworm. I love that.
It's a sandworm. It doesn't have a name. It's a sandworm.
Yeah, that is, I think, a fair recap on what's happening there. Does anyone else want to chime in? Maybe a detail or two that maybe pertains to your character, or something else you noticed that you think should be emphasized?
Krell, I think, was in the bridge.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
He was in the brig.
Brig, sorry.
Him in there. Well, maybe not necessarily the brig, but confined to quarters, I believe, to, the polite way of arresting someone.
Yeah, they have Netflix at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to enter your own login details, so it's like a hotel.
Yes.
Anyone else have any other detail? That's a good point. Liz, thank you for bringing that up. Or brigging that up. Hey, any other detail? Everyone good?
Just find one note of a few ideas we had regarding our situation of we need to distract the Borg Queen or kill her. Doubt that last part. Distract her enough because apparently it takes a lot of concentration to take over the universe, funnily enough. But she also has to defend us, which is why the Borg is surrounding the Starfleet area, but not actually attacking and killing us. That was one of the ideas we threw out there that I made note of, but I forgot to mention.
It was indeed an idea. If there's nothing else, if there's no other detail, I think we got the majority of this that covered. So if that's good, we could jump into. Oh, go ahead.
I think the only other thing is Dr. Thadasia is now Dr. Blue.
Yeah.
Here on in.
Yeah. Junior Q called him Dr. Blue, which Liz has taken quite a liking to. So, so yeah, Dr. Blue it is from now on. Dr. Blue, any comment from your side?
No, I like it.
All right, he likes it. Dr. Blue's good. All right, then let's jump into session 3 of May You Live in Interesting Times. So we will start on the IKS Kira. It is traveling through warp, heading towards the coordinates of the battle that is that they were going to catch up with. Commander Log, commander of the IKS Kira. Are you there, sir?
Yes.
Okay, on the bridge of your bird of prey, one of the Klingon warriors is relaying back data that's approaching from the long-range sensors as you are getting closer, talking about massive energy surge, massive amounts of interference, and losing a lot of signals from Federation and Klingon starships moments before you arrive.
So we're just coming into this late?
You were, because your engines were damaged, you stayed back to repair that, and the Zimmerman headed off to meet up with the fleet, and you were going to be there once you got the engines back online.
Right. In that case, on our way back, I try and contact the higher up the command line for the yeah, because I'm not Starfleet currently. So yeah, I will connect up further up my command line to find out if there are any other Klingon ships. Is it still Klingon Empire at this point?
Still Klingon Empire, yeah.
Okay, it's still Empire, yeah. Okay, then see if they find out how close any other Klingon Empire ships are, and try and request additional aid.
Okay, you get. It's going to take a little time for the response, but your request has been put in. You're now moments away from popping out of warp into the site of the battle. Any last commands to give before getting into the battle?
Just prepping my crew as usual, psyching them up, getting them ready for a fight.
There you go. Okay, well then let's switch the scene over to the battle. The Kira pops out of warp. You see quite a sight before you with multiple Klingon and Federation vessels, as well as Dominion vessels, Jem'Hadar and Cardassian. But the thing that you notice immediately is a giant cylindrical massive object with a glowing energy-filled core, and
charge it straight at it.
Oh, as before that order comes out, your crew starts sending you back readings and saying, Commander, there is a massive amount of interference. It is getting in the way of all of our systems.
Our communication's down.
Not down, Commander, but it's going to be very hard to get a clear signal through.
Do your best to connect with Starfleet.
The Zimmerman still
It's
appears
public-
to be intact.
This is obviously a threat that is too large for us alone. We need to coordinate an attack on that sandworm-like ship.
Understood.
Yay.
Understood. What's a sandworm? Okay, real quick on the bridge of the Zimmerman as well. You are still engaged, or I should say at this point, you are now engaged still with more Jem'Hadar fighters that are flying in. Cardassian ships are buzzing around. If you've seen any of the battle scenes from Deep Space Nine Season 7, it's cluttered like that with a lot of wreckage, and a lot of it just atomized wreckage from the beam that came out of this device.
Awesome.
Shush you in the brig.
Krell looking out the window of his court. Awesome. This is so sweet. You just see the end of Netflix on the screen behind him, so asking for his login details. So he's just turned towards the window for that. Yeah, the battle's going on there. Speaking of which, Krell, you do see this out your window. Aside from awesome, is there anything else you would like to do or attempt?
Krell would actually, he sees all the chaos outside the windows you just described, and do I still have a comm badge, or can I access a communication system via a panel on the wall or something?
Oh, yes, that'll be easy enough for you.
Krell will try to communicate with the bridge and just ask the captain if he can be of any assistance in engineering or at ops anywhere they need help, and explain his experience, I guess.
Okay,
Since
back on the bridge with everything shaking and shimmying. David, that's you. There you go. Okay. You get the communication coming up on your tactical console of your guest Krell calling from his quarters, asking if he could contribute. Meanwhile, you are kind of occupied yourself with firing back phasers, defending the ship as you are having the whole vessel dip in and out of attackers coming left and right.
Cool. So whilst on the bridge, I'm asking whoever's on sensors to tell me what that giant beam was.
I believe, Thadagia, did you not man the sensors on the bridge station at the end of the last session?
I believe so. I believe I did.
I believe
Then I politely asked Dr. Blue what's happening with that beam.
Yeah, I believe he
Not
was
shouting
on
at you.
there, like, contributing to the battle, the previous battle, before you left the wreckage of Deep Space Nine. So I assume you're still on the bridge if you would like to take that role, or if you have something else to do.
No, that is fine.
Okay, so Thadagia, you're on the sensor. So it would be a difficulty. It would normally be a difficulty 0 sensor roll, but there's massive interference pouring off of this giant object. It is now difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3, all right.
That's going to be science and sensors, of course, on I was going to say the DGT, but you're not on the DGT. You're on the Zimmerman, so if anyone wants to roll for a Zimmerman, and it's going to be control and science for you, Dr. Blue.
Okay.
Just to try to get your momentum up. Not that it will help a lot now with difficulty 3 on what should be a difficulty 0.
And I've got the Zimmerman as well open, so I'll roll for that.
Thank you.
It's doing the roll in 2 again.
Yeah, and they only rolled 1 for Gene. So, Gene, can you roll
try.
1 more die?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people have been reporting glitches with this roll now on Roll20. I've seen.
All right, let me try
I
that
think after
again.
just roll one more. Okay, well there we go. We got reroll there. So that is all three. So yeah, you do get it.
Yay.
Your sensors are showing that this object is, I believe, it is a neutronium hull. So the outside exterior is made out of neutronium, which would suggest that it is going to be impervious to all weapons.
Sensors are showing that this whole makeup is neutronium.
You hear a very audible and slightly angry sigh from Drake about that one. What was the beam that it fired as well? Do we know what that was, what energy that was?
I think normally I think you could get that information for free, but I think with the massive amount of interference coming off of it, I'm going to demand a expenditure of momentum to try to cut through the interference. Normally I wouldn't charge that, but just to show you how terrible this thing is. You do have 3 momentum.
Thanks. Do we want to use a momentum? Because apparently we can't do anything about the outside of it. I'm hoping we can do something about the inside.
Agreed.
It's up to you,
So,
Thadasia. Your role?
Yes, we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna
Okay, you're going to ask? Okay, so spending that. And you keep pushing the scanners to try to get readings from the initial blast to learn it is an anti-proton beam.
Okay.
Well, do you know how to deal with an anti-proton?
Throw a proton at it and it should go boom.
Hey,
That's what I'm
there you go.
hoping.
Also, you got the messages coming in from Krell still demanding he would like to help. And part of you knows him as a friend, part of you knows him as a Cardassian agent.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the captain make that decision. I'll relay the message along to the captain that Krell wishes to assist us in any way that he can. Is there anything that a potential traitor could work on?
Are you going to phrase it that way?
We went to college together, Drake.
Not in this world, we didn't. You went to a college to try and kill me.
Killing humans 101.
I mean, it's the Obsidian Order, you know, so that's probably at least one class. Well, the captain knows the kind of awkward situation that we are in. He may be willing to help given everything that's going on, but it's which memories are stronger. So if we can put him in a non-critical but helpful position, that would be useful. He's an engineer in our world, so he can try and fix something non-critical.
Captain Captain Henderson, I believe, is the name, which I forget every single session. He's a little distracted by the battle that's going on, and finally acknowledges what you're saying. Like, well, if we're still going with this idea that you may be from a different world, and I doubt that he would want to die on the ship locked in a room with his own people firing at him. At the very least, we might be able to make some use of him down in engineering, but I'm going to have security keep an eye on him.
Seems fair, Captain. I'll pass the message along. And then I order a small security detail to go and escort Krell to engineering.
Okay, also, Commander Locke, while you are in this situation as well, coming in, you see the battle going on. Is there anything you want your Klingons to do?
Yeah, I'm having my crew and my head of security do an analysis on the smaller craft that are surrounding the giant one,
Mm-hmm.
to try and get an overview of the makeup of like what groups, what uh, species they are, or what groups they're with, to try and trying to get clues as to where this giant ship came from.
Okay. Well, easy enough with that. You'll notice that all the ships that are there, the only one that is unfamiliar is this giant, massive vessel. All
Mhm.
the other ones will match various configurations of either Cardassian or Jem'Hadar design.
Okay.
No Breen or anything there, from what I can tell, but mainly Jem'Hadar and Cardassian.
Okay, it's just those two.
Yeah, from what you could tell, but again, there's still massive sensor interference, but you are detecting nothing unusual except for that device.
Hmm. And okay, then in that case, I'll have them turn their attention to to the large ship, the large, definitely sandworm and not phallic ship, uh, and yeah, just trying to see if there's any irregularities in its construction.
Okay. Uh, we'll have your people scanning that. Are you going to engage anything in battle at the same time?
Not until I hear from Starfleet.
Okay. Uh, Krell, you're going to be sent down to engineering, so we'll say you're in the process of running down to there. Thadagia, you got your readings from the sensors, so going back to the captain and Drake for tactical analysis as well. Also, Drake, you are getting a message from the Kir and Commander Lulk, sending the request to you on basically a status report of what's happening in the battle. But the information, or I should say, transmission's garbled because of all the interference.
Okay, well, we'll try and send over the data that Thadashi has just gotten, that outside hull impervious, laser beam is anti-proton, and the fact that it completely wiped out a bunch of ships immediately, atomizing them, if they didn't already know.
Okay, that'll be going through to the Kier. Meanwhile, Krell, you're running into engineering, and things are kind of chaotic in there. What would be your first stop?
First stop is to talk to who's ever in charge and just ask where I can be of help.
The first Starfleet officer that you approach kind of takes a step back and just looks kind of stunned with you in your Cardassian armor standing on the ship. Like, he reaches for his phaser but realizes he's not carrying one, and then he notices the security detail with you, so starts to think like, okay, I'm not even going to ask questions here. Said, he looks around a little flustered and points to the console and said, find out where that energy drain's coming from if you can. We gotta get these weapons up to full power, and it's just not working. So if you could do that, that would be a help.
Not a problem. I'm on it. And Crow runs over to the station.
Okay, you go over to the station and you see, it looks like there is a massive drain on your, or I should say, on the ship's energy supplies. That you are, of course, the ship is being pushed pretty hard. It's shaking, it's shimming because of the battle, but it looks like a lot more energy is being used than should be.
Okay. Well, I'm an expert in power systems and operations, so I'm going to attempt to reroute the power uh, to be the most efficient
Okay,
for the situation.
then can I get a roll on that? That would be a difficulty 1 roll for you, and that's just a simple control and engineering, if you would like, or even a daring and engineering if you can, due to how risky things are here.
We'll take a control engineering. It's a task roll and just hit the delta, right?
Yeah, task roll 2, and that should be fine, right?
Yeah. We play this game so little that I
Yeah, I know,
always have
right?
to remember how to roll the dice.
Yeah. Okay, difficulty of 1. That was all you needed. So, yeah, you're able to.
Do we want to count that, seeing as one of them was false 0? I mean, if it's a pass, it's a pass, but
I'd say we should count it because then it was rolling against an 11 instead of what would have been higher, but he might have actually gotten a higher one. Why don't you roll one more die if you can, or a task roll 1. Just make sure your discipline is selected and roll again because maybe you'll actually get a second
Yeah,
success.
it unselected there. Control and engineering, correct?
Yeah. So you still pass. Oh, there you go. And you gain
Boom.
2 momentum on there. All right, so you're able to just quickly and deftly run your hands over the controls as if you are an expert on Federation engineering technology, and you're rerouting power back to the weapons, back to the defenses. But when it's done, you notice that there's still, even though it's rerouted, it's not replenishing elsewhere. It's like the power is gone again, almost similar to when you were in the pocket of space, where energy wasn't coming back. Similar in that sense, where it's just gone.
Oh wow. He reports directly over the chief. Chief, the energy reserves aren't replenishing. I'm not sure what the issue is right now.
The chief stops, looks at you, say, keep your eye on that situation. See if there's any damage to our deuterium storage or any of our power relays. I'll try to get a team on it as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, he says a little uncertainly.
And Krell looks over him and he nods also a little uncertainly, but he's starting to feel, he feels more comfortable back at a Starfleet terminal.
Cool. Same thing with you, Locke. As you're getting the information from the Zimmerman, Lieutenant Jakur on the bridge says, Commander, we're losing power from somewhere.
How quickly is it going down?
We've lost. Let me actually take a look at. I do have a ship sheet for the Kira, and I also lost the ship sheet for the Kira. I found it and I lost it. There it is. Sir, we lost 20% of our reserves not long after entering this distortion field.
Was it a sudden loss, or has it been slowly decreasing over time?
It was a massive decrease at once, and it looks like a strain is being pulled on our energy systems.
Is there increased usage from our systems?
None. We are still in standby waiting your orders to attack. I was just preparing the weapons for a glorious battle.
Do a scan on the large ship. Measure its try to get a measure of its energy levels. It's likely that it's draining from us, and if we can see it's gaining or at least not losing any energy, then we can assume it's draining from all enemy ships in the area.
Understood. Another Klingon on the bridge turns and yells back, Sir, there's a large energy surge coming from that object. I believe it's about to fire again.
Evasive maneuvers. We don't want to be sitting duck when this thing decides to shoot the proton beam Starfleet warned us of.
Drake, back on the Zimmerman, you as well. You are getting readings of that surge. I should say, Thadasia, you too. You see there's a massive buildup of antiprotons in the gaping maw of the thing, similar to what the sensors recorded before the first blast.
You do see what I'm seeing, correct?
Yep, I see it. Captain, I recommend we move away from other Starfleet and Klingon ships to make ourselves less of a target. And I'd like to launch a full salvo of torpedoes into the mouth of the beast.
Okay, that's going to be a massive maneuver, but let's give that a try there. Captain says, do it and send a message to Starfleet to spread. Starfleet and Klingon ships to spread apart.
Yes, sir. I send off the message, if that's even me.
Somebody
I'm
did.
not on comms.
So, Locke, for yours, since you're commanding your ship, we'll just get a command roll from you. So it will be a command and whatever discipline you think works best for your for this order, or command and attribute, whatever attribute you think works best for that order, whether it's daring or presence. For the Zimmerman, I'm going to have for the since we don't have a pilot on the Zimmerman. Unless Liz would like to do a supporting character on the Zimmerman, that is okay. If not, we could have basically Thadasia roll for sensors of basically plotting a course to make sure not going near any other allied ship. Krell would be supporting that with the engines, and David, you would be making a separate attack roll at the same time. So
I don't even know if this is gonna work.
how's that? Does that sound okay to everyone?
Yeah, could you repeat my complication again?
So your role is just going to be it's going to be a command role since you're not actually piloting the ship and you're trying to get your crew going. But you also have a focus in starship tactics, I believe, and also fleet maneuvers if you want to get with the other Klingons. So it would be command and either presence because of you offering if you're going to be like leadership wise, like try and contact all the vessels, all the Klingon vessels, or daring maybe if you're just in kind of a like quick evasive maneuvers, like you have very little time left. So it's your choice which one there. Both will still get the focus.
Right. I've got that much. I was just wondering what the complication setting would be for the.
The difficulty complication is still going to be 1, but the difficulty is going to be +3. This would normally be a difficulty 1 task, so it's going to be difficulty 4. And I'm actually going to spend 2 threat out of my 10 to for this whole situation because of the mass confusion. I'm going to increase the complication range by 2. So complication range of 3.
All right, so you want me on sensors?
So you're going to do sensors to try to plot a course so the ship can try to avoid all the allied ships to try to scatter as best as possible. And that's going to be difficulty 3 for you, Thadasia. We okay? Krell, you're going to be rolling a 1 die support on that if you're okay with that.
All right.
Not a problem.
Okay. And David, you're going to have a separate roll of firing the thing. That would be a difficulty 2 plus 3. So it's going to be difficulty 5 because the targeting sensors are all interfered with. So if anyone wants to be rolling or spending momentum or generating threat for extra dice or something else, keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be.
You're okay with the support there, Krell. So rolling your 1 die, you're good on that. You got a 2, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, that's good. 2 out of. Gene, you need. Pooh! Oh! Oh,
That's bad.
didn't roll any
Well,
extra dice on there. Didn't roll
You
any
had
extra dice.
accidentally
Yeah.
ejected the warp core.
He's on census how?
He's
He
like,
rolled 2 20s as well. Jesus.
oh, was that supposed to happen?
I wasn't supposed to press the red button.
What did you do, man? Okay, censor thing. Okay, well, there we go. That's pretty bad. Well, let's see. Now, Gene, looking at your sheet, I'm trying to see if there's maybe a value that you could call on with your determination to re-roll those two.
Ooh, well, I definitely took action. I was confident,
Yeah.
courageous.
You definitely
But,
there was no inaction in that part there. Well, if you could explain it away, I'll allow it.
Well, see, in Honduria, red means go.
So that's why you pressed that. So that's why you were confident and courageous in slapping.
Courageous. Occasionally, this confidence does slide into hubris from time to time.
I think so. I think so. Let's see here. Is there if there's not a good explanation, action breeds down fear, action breeds confidence and courage. Do unto others. Pure and simple truth is rarely pure and never simple. Loyalty is rare. One has to protect it and keep it. I'm not sure if anything definitely applies in this situation, so that would be
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, we got that there. So, David, why don't you roll your attack first?
So I'm going to do a few things after that little incident.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to try and use a value leaping before you look because I have no idea what's going to happen when I fire these torpedoes. I could
Okay.
blow us all up.
Okay, let's.
So I'm going to use my determination there for at least one.
Okay, Drake. Leap before
Leaping
you look.
before you look.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Actually, I've just realized because I was looking through all my stuff to try and not get myself killed. Do I still have untapped potential?
Oh, that's a very good question. Since we've never replaced it with another talent, and you still remember that aspect of your life, then we'll say yes, you do have it.
Okay, cool. Then I am gonna buy a few dice.
Okay.
How much does a determination get? Is it 1 or 2 successes?
You get 2 successes.
Okay, so I've got 2 successes.
It's your first die bought is an automatic one, which is now different in 2nd edition.
I'm reading all that bit. So right now I'd only be rolling 1 die because the first one's already a pass, yeah?
Yes, right. Or no, this is your extra die. So you're still rolling 2 dice. This is your first extra die.
Ah, right, okay.
Now in 2nd edition, that's how it is, but not now.
Okay. Then we have enough momentum that I'm going to buy another dice to get... How much momentum do we have? 4?
4.
4.
So
we
the
got 3.
next die is going to cost you 2 points of either threat or momentum.
And I get to reroll if I use threat. So I'm going to take another dice of threat.
So 2 threat.
That's 2 threat. And then, sorry, I'm going to steal 3 momentum to get a 4th dice.
There you go. Okay, so you'll roll 4 dice, and you already have 2 successes.
Still complication range of 3?
3, yeah.
That you mentioned.
For this,
yeah.
Yeah.
And my focus is on, please, Lord Almighty, give me the dice. Come on! I get to reroll one. I get to reroll one.
You do get to reroll one. Okay.
No.
But it's a white 0 instead of a red 0. So 3 total complications this
Oh.
time. Okay. But oh yeah, that was not for your roll. That was for the censored roll. So Krell's 2 does nothing for you.
Does the ship not also try and help me with firing?
Oh, the ship does. The ship does. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Come on, ship.
somebody roll for the ship.
Can someone else roll? I'm clearly cursed.
It's the security and weapons. Security and yeah, weapons. 1 die. Just 1 die. Whoever that may be. Liz, are you there? You could do the roll if nobody else has it open, since we're not at your scene just yet.
Please roll well, Liz. I need a 2. I need a 1, but I'd like a 2.
And Locke, get ready for your roll too.
Yes.
I don't know if Liz is still there. I know she had some kind of issue. She was gone for a second.
Sorry. Weapons and security?
Yes.
Roll well, roll well. Come on. That's a 2.
That's a 2. That's a 2. But you need a 5. Oh,
And
you do
I
have
have a
the
total
2.
of 6.
You do. So now you got 1
Hey.
point back. There we go. 3 total complications on this, and we still need Locke's roll 2 to see what happens.
Yeah.
1
So mine-
momentum
you
coming
said-
back.
You says complication 4.
Complication 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yes.
And then task roll, I should have 2,
Yes.
right?
And
for this?
difficulty 4, complication 3, and task roll of 2 unless you spend or buy more dice somehow.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go as we are. Let's see it.
Okay. That is not enough, but not any more complications for that matter. So that's a good thing. Okay. All right. So let's narrate. Let's narrate what's going on here. So what happens is Tadashi is trying to plot a course and send the signal out to the other allied ships. Meanwhile, Locke is also trying to coordinate with the Klingon ships to try get them to spread out and away from the blast zone of this anti-proton beam. And at the same time, that is when Drake is firing a. I'm sorry. Are you firing a salvo? Did you say?
Everything that I can, torpedo-wise. So
Okay.
yes.
'Cause I believe a salvo generates 3 threat when you fire a torpedo salvo.
Go on then.
Okay.
You're gonna kill us anyway. You might as well do it spectacularly.
All right. So what happens is with the massive amounts of interference coming off this thing, Thadagia, you are not getting your sensors calibrated fast enough. Fair enough. You're a doctor. You're not really a sensors person anyhow, but you were trying your darndest. So you're not able to get the proper trajectories or transmit them to the other ships at the same time. It's coming in garbled. It's coming in a little incomplete. Meanwhile, the Klingon commander Locke is trying to give orders to his own side of the fleet too, creating extra interference that is going in there. So it's starting to confuse and muddy the waters of where people should be going due to the fact that like just conflicting commands are flying in. So ships are not going in separate directions. They are grouping, they're clumping, and they're narrowly missing each other. Some of them are going into the flight paths of others, into the firing paths of the Jem'Hadar and the Dominion ships. However, the torpedoes go off, and a old salvo of torpedoes as the Zimmerman arcs away, races down into the gaping maw of the giant, massive machine that is inside there. It flies inside into the glowing bit, and you just see massive detonation after detonation exploding rippling around the inside. Moments before a massive anti-proton beam fires out and tears through a number of the vessels, which I will get to in a second. So, a couple of Klingons there. Just clear out the board there. However, I will say, due to the success of some of it, you chased a couple Jem'Hadar vessels into its path. So it has thinned out their herd slightly. However, once it's done, you do not see any noticeable damage or permanent damage on this machine as it is, but you lost the bulk of the remaining fleet that came in. And not only that, but the strain has also added to the power drain, and both the Kira and the Zimmerman are running dangerously low on power. The longer you stay in this battle, the more certain it is that you are going to find yourself dead in the water, and free pickings for either the combined Dominion fleet or this massive killing machine.
Well, I'm going to recommend a tactical retreat at this point because I don't see what we can do.
Captain Henderson calls down to engineering, asks for power, says send a message to the Kira, tell Commander Locke to tell whatever's left of the Klingon fleet to get away from here. We'll regroup later.
And comms passes that along.
Commander Locke, you have anything to say?
I'm still grumbling about how I'm upset that Starfleet told us it was a proton beam that was going to attack, and it was actually an anti-proton beam.
Yeah. He said proton, damn it. I know he did.
Oops.
Well, I mean, it got mixed up in the bad communications, obviously.
He was playing for a proton beam.
I was completely honest when you said proton beam before. My brain was like, yeah, there was proton in the word. He's right. Didn't even notice the error.
Okay.
Well, never mind.
Locke, are you retreating with the Klingons as well?
Yes.
Okay. Then the Krell, you basically just can dump as much power into the engines as you can, the dwindling power that's there, and the ship will rocket away. How's that?
I did it already. It's done.
All right. Then no need to roll. We're good. You got it all done. All right. Apologies, Liz. We are jumping to the Delta Quadrant now, if you don't mind.
All good.
Sorry for keeping you there for a while. And again, Liz, you are today on your own, as we know that. Apologies, I can't think of the word. Weber is not going to be able to join us for this. So let me get this here. All right, Liz, you were still putting your shuttle idea together. So we're jumping to the Delta Quadrant real quick. Do you want to give a update real quick on what the status is as you're approaching the proto wormhole?
Not great, I think, is probably. We were approaching the proto wormhole, which we initially scanned and found it was quite small. So we were we were modifying one of the shuttles so that it might fit through. And we were going to put everyone except the doctor and I into the transporter buffer while we go through. We're making some modifications to the power systems so that we can hopefully keep that running as well as keeping the shuttle together. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you had one step left on your modifications. Was that right?
Oh, I spoke to you during since last session that I was adding one step to that as well.
Ah, that's right. That's right. That's right. And can you remind me what step you wanted to add there?
We were adding a holographic emitter into the shuttle, specifically for me, but also, I guess, for the Doctor.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that means you're adding the holographic emitter, and you also have left to do the separate power source, correct? Or auxiliary power. That was the last one left, right?
I don't fully remember, so I'll say yes.
We'll say yes. We'll say that's the last thing you have to get done. Which I think so. If not, it's more dramatic anyhow. While you're working down there with 7, you're going to get a call from the bridge. It's from the emergency command hologram. Lieutenant 7, you might want to come up to the bridge if you could spare any time here. We've engaged the Borg.
Oh. I'm not finished here yet. How far away are we from the wormhole?
We should be there within the next hour, but I'm afraid that the contact we're having with the Borg right now is a bit concerning. It's Captain Janeway.
Right. I'll head up to the bridge, I guess.
Okay,
So I run up.
Find your bridge. Find the bridge. That is Voyager's bridge. That is not the bridge. This is the bridge. I know that anywhere. All right. 7 will come along with you. And bridge. Okay. You come out onto the bridge and you see standing, or I should say appearing on the view screen, is what looks like an assimilated human female. You may recognize her definitely from the Federation Newsnet reports of the missing Captain Janeway, who's been lost in the Delta Quadrant for all this time, but now Borgified. 7 seems very upset at this revelation, and you could see the same worry in your holographic friend's face.
Okay. I just step out to the bridge, probably sort of up to the railing there, and listen to what's being said.
The EMH relays. Captain Janeway, or, well, the Borg version of Captain Janeway, demands that we drop our shields, cut our engines, and prepare to be assimilated.
Out of character, is the view screen still on?
The view screen is still on, but it's muted.
Right. Okay, well, how about no to that? Are we going to make it to the proto wormhole before they get to us?
Yes.
Right.
But your ship will not be completed by then.
Do we know anything else on the wormhole?
From Weber's scans, no, it's just that it is a very small proto-wormhole. But it also has the Verteron particle signatures coming from it seem to match the readings for the Bajoran wormhole as well. It's the same frequency, it's the same modulation.
How much time do we need to between reaching the wormhole and having the shuttle finished, do you think? Are we talking minutes? Are we talking?
I would say just a rough estimate would be probably less than 1 hour.
So what? Distracting the Borg's not going to help. I take it. We can't distract the Borg long enough to get the shuttle done and then make a run for the wormhole.
Seven speaks up. Perhaps it would be possible if we were to engage with Captain Janeway and attempt negotiation as she once did with the Borg. That may buy us enough time for you to complete your modifications to the shuttle.
Huh. One would assume that negotiation with the Borg generally doesn't go well, though.
This is correct. However, we do not need the negotiations to succeed. We only need the time.
I pat the doctor in the shoulder and go, "Good luck.
Me?
You're the captain. You wear the big shoes now."
He nods, looking very uncertain.
It sounds like I'm going to need to get that shuttle done as quickly as I can.
I'd say so.
I'm assuming this ship has never successfully taken on a Borg ship before.
Well, you might be surprised.
I mean, do you think we can win against it in a fight?
Well, I wouldn't say that much, but we have held our own against the Borg. Although true, we did have a full complement of our crew at the time, and Captain Janeway leading us. However, it wouldn't be a first for Voyager.
Oh, great.
But Lieutenant, again, I must ask, what exactly is your plan once we reach this wormhole?
Get us all on the shuttle and run. And potentially blow up the ship. Voyager, not the shuttle, clearly.
Just kill us all. Seven, she stands up a little bit taller. Says, I am not sure if I approve of this mission.
I'm open to suggestions, but
now that we
I
know
don't...
what has happened with Captain Janeway, and I assume the rest of the crew have somehow been transported directly to the Borg and assimilated, I do not feel it would be proper to leave her behind.
Unless we are wanting to become Borg, I don't really see an option.
She did not abandon me when I was a Borg, and she gave me a chance to reclaim my life. I am not sure that I would feel comfortable with myself if I abandoned her to a similar fate that she helped me avoid.
I understand that, in a way. I've never been assimilated, so I guess I don't, but... She had more options than we do.
Ichab comes back from his controls and he voices his agreement. Captain Janeway would not abandon any of us, I agree with Seven. I want to help her. And the crew.
How?
Each hip looks at Seven. They look at each other. We do not know, Seven says. But we have to try.
Oh boy.
The EMH speaks up. He looks to you. Perhaps it would go faster if you only worried about saving yourself and Lieutenant Weber, and then maybe we could be the distraction you need to have the time to finish your project and get into the wormhole. As unpleasant as it sounds, going up against the Borg without Captain Janeway, I must concur with my colleagues here that I don't think Captain Janeway or the crew would ever abandon us if we were in a similar situation.
I don't like the idea of leaving anyone behind. Can you scan the Borg ship? Are the life signs of the rest of the crew there?
Weber says that they're still too far away and there's far too many life signs on the ship to be able to pinpoint it down precisely at this distance.
Distract her as much as you can. I'll finish the shuttle and we'll see when the timelines get close, we'll see what we can do.
They agree.
All right. I race down, like sprint down, back down to shuttle bay.
Okay. Then we are going to, you still have your rolls there, but we are going to use a type of extended consequences mechanic to see how long until the board catch up with you compared to against how fast you are progressing your project. So going down to that first, let me just jot down a couple of notes on the extended consequences. That seems reasonable. And
I
then
don't think I've done this before. I've done the extended task before, but not.
Yeah, the consequences just kind of works in the background against you as the evil brother to extended tasks. So you're just doing the regular tasks, but then we are rolling against the extended consequence to see how much time is ticking away, similar to an extended task. Okay, so
All right.
So Megan runs down back to the shuttle bay, gets back to work on the shuttle. You still have the power source you needed, and you want to do the holographic emitters. Meanwhile, Seven is going to come and help you, but she is not with you yet. So
Right.
for now, you have to do a roll. It's going to be difficulty of 4 by yourself.
Right. Ouch. And we've got, what, only one momentum left, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
No, wait, two, sorry. 2. I see it under there.
All right. Well, I'm going to need to buy dice to make a difficulty 4. So that would mean 1 with threat.
Oh, can I just pause you there for a second?
Yes.
Drake, since we're still using your untapped potential, you didn't roll the challenge die for your untapped potential at the end of that roll. You might get more momentum from that.
Cool. How many do I roll again?
It's just 1 die.
1 challenge die. 1. And roll 2.
You got a 2. That's not popping up on my screen. Okay. You got a 2 on the challenge die, which means I believe you get 2 points of momentum. So yeah, you're at 4.
Good luck.
I think that's still one shy of buying them all with
Oh, hang on
momentum, though.
Hang on a second. I think this is the mistake I make every single time. I apologize for that. I believe the mistake we always made was the momentum you get with the untapped potential is bonus momentum, so you can't keep it. It would be something you apply to the scene where that happens. So
Can I apply it to the scene and the ship blows up?
not quite, but you can think
Oh.
about what that 2 momentum does, and when we come back to your scene, you could tell me exactly how you would like to use it. So,
Hey.
apologies. I always mix up untapped potential. Apologies, Megan James. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Right. So, 1 dice with threat.
Okay.
1 dice with 2 momentum.
Okay.
Giving me a total of 4 dice to roll.
Yes.
2 plus the 2 I've just bought.
Yes.
What is our complication range? Just the 1?
It's just 1.
Right. And I have already pre-selected reason engineering.
Reason and engineering. Yeah, that sounds
that
right. Or
relevant?
control engineering. Either would work in this
All right.
situation.
Both roughly the same. So, let's see if it rolls 4 dice.
Let's see.
It does, but I don't meet the.
Did you turn your focus on?
Yes.
Okay. So you got 3. Okay. It is possible that you could use your determination to re-roll if you want to try that now. If not, then it's just going to take you more time. Basically, it's not failing you from doing it. It's just adding to the time it's taking.
And determination is used by using one of your values.
Using one
correct?
of your values, yeah. But again, you could save it for later if you don't want to.
Time is not something I have a lot of right now. No, I won't use determination, but
you do have cautious engineering, don't you?
oh, yes,
so you can re-roll that 0.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm like so flustered at the moment. It's
yeah, you're on your own too. So there you go. There you go.
Thank you.
There you are. All right, so you get the 4. So you're doing, you're getting the work. You're getting installed just as you would. I have to roll against the extended consequence now. So that's going to be 2 dice, but I'm also spending 2 threat to increase that to 4 dice to see how well that does. Because I got a ton of threat here, and we'll just say with the pressure building up, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 points on there. The effect does nothing. So take it from 12 down to 8. No breach or whatever you call it in here. But time is ticking down, so we're going to stop there. So you'll be working on that for the next probably quarter of an hour doing that. 7 will come down and join you in a bit to go over the next one, and they're already still up on the bridge discussing their options on distracting the Borg. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so you'll be working on that real quick. Let's jump back to the Alpha Quadrant again, and I do want to apologize, Liz. I know your scenes are going to be a bit shorter because everything's focused on you, so we're basically covering everything a lot quicker with you because you're the only voice that we have to hear in the Delta Quadrant for it.
All good. Probably something I'll discuss with you. We'll discuss in another scene.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah. Whenever. And like I said, on the Alpha Quadrant scenes, you could always pick a supporting character if you want to just jump in and roll, or just add a character into the mix as well. Okay.
Yep.
Let's say that back in the Alpha Quadrant, once you get to a little rendezvous place, I think, as usual, the ruins of Deep Space Nine would be the standard rendezvous location for both of your ships as it has always been, and without being able to contact each other, that makes the most sense. That's where the Zimmerman and the Kira would go. Captain Zimmerman would like to have a meeting. Locke, would you come aboard the Captain Henderson, excuse me, would like to have a meeting aboard the Zimmerman. Would you like to come aboard the ship, or would you like to just be there on view screen?
I will only join on view screen out of fear of this thing showing up again.
Ah, yes. Okay, then let's do it that way. We're going to bring the crew. David, is there anything you want to do with that bonus momentum?
I really can't think of much as to what I could use it for, given what happened. But if there would have been any sort of pursuit from the Dominion forces, I don't know about the big thing, but the massive salvo of torpedoes had made them assume we were going to be engaging more aggressively than they had expected before and prepared as such. So when we immediately retreated, they weren't tracking us properly, and therefore any pursuit will be delayed significantly.
That sounds good.
If at all.
All right, then we'll say that you definitely bought yourself some time. There we go. So you can.
Drake just wants to see Locke in person.
He's sad right now. He thought he did good and he did nothing.
So are you still going to be view screen Locke, or are you going to be flesh and blood Locke?
Yeah, still be view screen.
Okay.
Goddamn remote workers.
All right, so we're going to go into the what's it called, the meeting room, as we often do, the reuse set. They brought back Krell from the not the brig, from the engineering, and also brought back little baby Q to join, as well as trying to think about what needs to get done in this. Locke is on view screen, and Commander Henderson enters the room, sits in his normal position, and you could see the wrinkles on his brow are even deeper and more. He looks more weary than ever before. Locke, even from your screen, you see it, and you recognize that look on his face too, from those memories you have of serving as his first officer in a completely different lifetime when you were in the short-lived Klingon War with him. But it's not a good sign the way he's looking. He has a data pad in hand, and he sits down. He nods to the crew. He acknowledges Locke. He looks over to Krell and just hesitates for a second, but gives the same cordial nod, and barely does a eye glance over at Q Jr. before sitting down. That we're getting reports in, now that we're outside of that interference zone. There are massive attacks happening all over Federation space. Let's see, what do we have here? This isn't the only one of those devices that has appeared. Some are larger, some are smaller, but it does match information from our database from a century earlier when the USS Enterprise engaged a similar incident. They've come to take it as the Doomsday Machine, but as far as we knew, this was the only one in existence, and Federation scientists speculated that it came from outside the galaxy, and the fact that a number of them have reappeared immediately, I think, lends credence to our guest over here, suggesting that his people have called in some favors from some very powerful beings. But I'm afraid that's not all. A lot of outer colonies and some more internal worlds are reporting, I guess the word flock might be an appropriate term, of crystalline entities sweeping through the system and devastating all life on every Federation planet they come across. And If this is to be believed, the Vulcan system is currently fending off what we call the well probe. He throws the datapad onto the table and it skids to a halt midway through. He looks over at Q Jr. I don't know who your friends called, but the Federation is in a very grim situation. I don't know how we are going to be able to fend off all of these forces as well as the Dominion itself. When he says Dominion, he looks over at Krell.
Krell kind of sits up and he straightens his shoulders back and he's like, let's be honest, we stand no chance against the combined might of the forces that are put against us. And by we, I also mean myself, because my people will no longer go out of their way to bring me back. And I was a former Starfleet officer, maybe in another life, but what's your plan here, Captain?
That's what we have to figure out right now, because as far as I can tell, we're on our own. There's no reinforcements because every corner of the Federation needs reinforcements. And every situation is just as dire as ours.
Based on your reports, it looks like they've already breached the borders of the Federation. Did you say the Vulcan system was under attack at the moment?
The Vulcan system is currently contending with what we've come to call the Well probe, which attacked Earth again almost a century ago.
And Krell kind of nods. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that from the Academy. His world, his two personalities are starting to mix together.
Yeah.
He's like, well, as I noted before, and as I've shown through my actions engineering, I can still be of use to this crew and this ship. If you'll have me.
I appreciate that, he says with some sincerity.
Understandable.
Commander Lulk, do you have any idea as well from the Klingon point of view? Tadagia, Drake, you and your multi-live living selves, do you have anything from your perspectives that can match with our other guest here? To be perfectly honest with you, I'm at a loss of what to do.
Is there any movement from the Borg that we've had reports of?
He looks a little bashful for a second. He's like, "Can you slide that pad back towards me?"
Sure.
Yeah, I apologize. I allowed my emotions to get the better of me before I got to the Borg section, but I suppose we could consider that good news. The reports are showing that the Borg, who have taken up fortification positions around the borders of Federation space, are now moving inward, and we have some very early reports here that they are engaging the Dominion forces and any attackers on Federation space. But I think that just how unusually spread out and instantaneously some of these attackers are appearing throughout Federation worlds, I don't know if the Borg are even able to fend them off.
Kind of hoping that wasn't the case, but that is what it is.
I think the question we need to be asking ourselves is, how do we reverse whatever has happened to create this situation we're in? We obviously can't fight them head on. There must be a way to undo the current situation, so to say. Besides killing all of us anchors.
Q speaks up at that 50-50 chance, possibly.
What's the status of this ship we're on right now? Could we even Well, says across the room.
The damage is easily repairable, and Krell, you noticed after you fled from the battle scene to down in engineering, the power started restoring itself as normal. It seemed like the proximity to the Doomsday Machine was what was draining the power.
Commander Drake, do you perhaps remember, maybe in a past life, getting stuck in some sort of pocket dimension?
I believe Junior Q over there called it the oubliette. I remember, Captain.
Perhaps if we return there, there's some way to undo what's happened here.
You mean try and re-imprison her?
Precisely.
Turn to Junior Q. Do you know how the oubliette works there?
Well, it was a prison created by my people to hold one of the less desirables of the Q. So potentially, if we still had our power, we could create a new one. Otherwise, you would need to find a being with such power that could get you into the oubliette.
Any of those around the corner?
Well, I mean, with the Q out of the way, your options are severely limited. But do you know of any other extremely powerful beings that exist outside of space and time that are maybe friendly to you Federation types?
There's the wormhole gods. Whether or not they'd help. I know about the wormhole gods, right?
Oh, yeah,
I would
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the wormhole even intact still?
Yeah, the wormhole's still there.
But
see it out the window.
Deep Space Nine is in ruins.
Deep Space Nine is in ruins, but because of the Dominion War. So
What's
once
the status?
status up. Bejor.
Bejor.
Good question. You would know from searching your memories of this lifetime that Bejor has fallen and the surface is pretty much laid to waste. After Deep Space Nine fell, the Dominion hit there first to take out any close range reinforcements to their fleet coming through the wormhole.
Blasted.
There's nothing left of the Bajoran government.
No, what's left has been fractured, splintered. Right now, the wormhole is just in open space. Nobody really controls it, and nobody's really getting close to it because the Dominion has just been using it to send shipments back and forth to the Gamma Quadrant.
Wow.
Q Jr. will speak up and say, well, yeah, they are, I suppose, a potential source of the exact power that I'm talking about. They are just so frustrating to deal with.
Well, I'm sure they're about the same level as dealing with a Q, but as you said, our options are limited.
Well, I will ignore that insult and say that it's worth a shot, I suppose. I mean, they do have the ability that you're looking for, and the fact that they do exist outside of time and space means that they could probably get you into the oubliette as you knew it. Um, just personally, I don't really care for them.
I think this is looking like our best option, Captain. Go and negotiate with gods.
How will we even communicate with them? Ships pass through the wormhole every day. And do you have any way of communicating with these beings?
Really wish we had a Bajoran here right now. But
Sorry,
Good.
I've stolen that one.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's mine.
With this timeline, would the whole Cisco god story have happened? Because obviously we know that he went in there a few times to talk to them.
You know, in this timeline, the reports that come in that he was called the emissary, and the Bajorans saw him as a religious figure, but you wouldn't know any sort of details of whether he is godlike. But he is still listed as being killed or MIA during the Dominion War.
Shit. I was hoping we could call on Cisco. I would have loved to have your impression.
Oh my god, I'm glad I said MIA. I'm glad that, because there's no way. Yeah.
Damn.
Make a note.
Well,
Every important character is now dead, so I don't have to do the impression.
Yeah, I'd love to hear you do the Under the Pale Moonlight speech.
No! Go
It's
away!
Cisco's.
Focus! Focus on the... Stop it. Okay.
well,
What's that, Gene?
Wormhole still active.
Wormhole's still active, yeah. Still have access to it. Q Jr. will speak up. Just case in point, since you're still talking about them, I actually did go to them for help, or we did, as the Q went to them for help too, to try to kill you, but they did not even listen to us. They didn't even care. So, they're at least not trying to kill you. You got that going for you.
the only thing we've got going for us, I think. And I can have a look up on the reports from see if Cisco left anything behind on how he communicated with them beforehand. But given our current situation, I think talking with these beings on our behalf with an idea is the best we've got.
Perhaps the Bajoran orbs. There were reports of mystical abilities associated with these artifacts.
Do we have any lying around?
We may have some on Cardassia Prime. If you swing on over and drop me off, we could pick up a few.
Yeah, bit of a long journey, I'm afraid. Would Starfleet have any orbs? Before, like, obviously, if we tried to evacuate Bajor, surely.
Try to evacuate Bajor. I'm going to say probably not. Probably not.
Okay. We'll do this the old way of knocking on the door and hoping they answer.
Oh my god, your planet's about to be destroyed. Give us all your orbs.
Yeah. Well, we can't save you, but we got room for orbs.
Hey, the Bajoran, let's be honest, if we gave them the options, we'd be saving the orbs, not them.
Right.
It's feasible.
Right.
But yeah, that's my suggestion at least. Let's go talk to the wormhole gods.
I guess it's always possible to just hang out in a wormhole until they try to get your attention somehow.
I think that'll be the best idea. Didn't Weber disappeared for a while, right? I'm not going crazy and mixing my lives up.
In one of the lives, yeah, and in this life too, he's not here. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we still? Oh no, we won't. Oh crap. Does anybody remember any data regarding his disappearance we could use? In case that was somehow related to the Bejor gods. I doubt anyone's going to remember that though, right?
Well,
Would I still have any of that information from being on the Tyson
you would
in
have
this?
the
time?
memories of examining him. Yes. So yeah, we'll say Thadagia still recalls the diagnoses when Weber would disappear and return.
All right.
Anything special he remembers?
It's here, but it's not here. I actually have that information, I believe, in my files that I have kept on me. In fact, I would like to bring that up and perhaps upload it to the main viewer. Awesome.
Well, you wouldn't still have those files. You would be able to use your pad to try recreate it from memory to try to get as close as possible. So we'll call that for you a reason plus. Did I just lose something, or did somebody lose something? We'll call that a reason plus medicine roll for you. It's going to be difficulty of 2. To recall there. So I don't know if you want to use any of your disciplines or something like that. Where is your sheet? Or even your determination if you want to. So try to recreate as completely as possible. You'll still remember it, but just how complete is a different story. But maybe looking at your medical pad while doing it will jog your memory. How's that?
Yes.
So do you want to use anything?
Let's see. If I remember correctly. Offhand, I'm not sure what I would use on that.
If you do want to use a value, there's no more momentum, so you could still buy extra dice with threat, but if you want to use a value instead and just get those 2 immediately, I think your value, the pure and simple truth is rarely pure and never simple, is still close enough at hand. It always seems to work for you if you would like to.
Yes, I would use.
Okay, so then let's see.
Wait, what's our momentum and threat at right now?
Right.
Our momentum's empty, right?
Momentum's empty. Threat is a lot. Let's see. I'll count that in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, there's that.
Okay, Gene, why don't you make your roll? You're using that value, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. That's value 3. Pause it. So you already got your 2 successes, but you're still going to roll insight and medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1 extra, so that's 1 more momentum that gets gained. So you sit there playing around with the medical pad, and while you're doing that, you're reliving those memories from the other lifetime, and you're making the adjustments, and you're figuring out exactly the right patterns and frequencies that you remember picking up from him, the verteron particles, the frequency of the radiation. It's all coming back to you now, and you got it into the data pad. Voila.
All right. This is the information that I was able to cover regarding Lieutenant Weber's disappearance. Pull that up here.
Q Jr. starts applauding for you. Well done. Amazing. Such a simple mind could create something like that just from memory. That is very fascinating.
It's a good thing.
Potential.
I heard there was a rumor that your father once was accosted by a certain Cisco, I believe.
He rolls his eyes like, let's not bring that up. And let me tell you, my father has never gotten over that. That's why he won't go back to Deep Space Nine. If you tell me the only reason why that worked is because he's half prophet. Do you know that yet? Have you? Anyhow, never mind. But that was. Let's not talk about that.
Dropping bombshells.
Right, so I'm going to pull up that information and basically display it on the view screen.
Okay, Captain Henderson looks it over. Well, it's between a rock and a hard place. Commander Locke, are you in on this idea?
I don't see any other course of action that sticks to your human ideas of a successful outcome.
I'd say not dying and saving all of our friends and family is going to be a successful outcome if we can get to it.
But dying in glorious battle would also be a successful outcome.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of Dominion around the wormhole, so that is still an option, Captain.
There. I think that satisfies all our goals. So, are we all good with this plan? Mr. Krell, are you going to be on our side for this?
It's either that or the end of the universe as we know it, right?
When you put it that way, indeed. All right.
I can help you.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear. There's nothing else. Let's prepare our ships. Prepare for maybe a hectic entry into the wormhole. And let's see what happens. Good luck, everyone.
Yes, Captain. I would like to have a little chat with Junior Q before we put him back in the bridge. I just have a question for him.
Okay. If you want to do that right now, we could do that before the scene ends, or if you want to do it at the beginning of the next scene, that's your call.
Yeah, it's just a quick question of why are we not Borg yet? Why is she defending us rather than assimilating us? Surely if we're assimilated, we're still alive.
The difference is that if you are an anchor for here, you have to be completely undisturbed as a being. If you're in the Borg, you sort of lose the essence of who you are, and it is not yourself. That's why you're still regaining your memories from your true lives, or the lives that you came from. So she needs you to be as content and blissful as possible, to not want to die, to enjoy yourselves. That's why if you keep fighting to stay alive, that gives her time to complete her plan.
Not exactly in bliss at the moment, but if we need to be as we were, would cybernetic enhancements not mess with her plan?
If she has assimilated you, I'm only guessing here because, again, I'm not privy to her plan. I'm guessing you would lose the essence of who you are, and her whole anchoring just would not take effect.
Okay, so it's more who we are rather than the physical. That's a shame. It'd be cool to be a robot for a while.
Well, you might still be by the time this is done, and I'm sure if she rewrites the universe, then she's no longer going to need you to be in your human form as it is, so you might get your wish.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Always happy to help. All right.
Damn, I could be a robot and solve the problem.
Everyone just uses Borg information to solve it. Makes sense. All right, we're at 3 o'clock. We're going to take our little commercial break here, so I'll pause the recording. Everyone take your little break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And so, yeah, see you soon. Peace. And we are back from the commercial break. We are in the Delta Quadrant again on the USS Voyager. Lieutenant James is still working on her shuttle project. By this point, 7 and 9 has come down to the shuttle bay as well to assist you after they're doing the plan, and you're just chatting along while you're doing it. Time is ticking down. Any dialogue before we go into the roll?
No, I don't think so. Not at this point.
Okay, the last thing you want to do was a holographic emitter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, that can probably be done in flight, but if we've got time, I'll try and do it now.
Okay, might as well. Also, we'll just, I'll do that later. So, go ahead and make your roll on that. This is your last engineering roll on the gated challenge, as it's called, to try and get the last part.
I believe we've got no momentum.
1 momentum, which technically should be gone since we changed the scene, but since it's completely different scenes, I'm not doing that. You're in completely different areas, so that's not fair to you. So
I will definitely yoink that momentum if you will allow it.
It is yoinkable.
Thank you. Is difficulty still 4?
No, it's 3 because 7 is down there lending her assistance to you now.
All right. Dice be good.
Well, hey, you're only rolling 3 dice, right?
Yes.
Okay. You have your focuses on?
Yes.
Okay.
But I did buy momentum.
Yes. So you can...
So I have a re-roll.
Oh, and you got it with that. There you go. So, with time ticking down, let's roll that time there. Again, it'll be 2 dice, and I'm going to spend another 2 threat to make that 4 dice again to see how much time that took you. And, well, not too bad. It's actually only 2 strikes off of there, so, yeah. You probably still have about 30 minutes to go, 25, 30 minutes to go before the board get to you and you're finished with your shuttle.
Okay, and we're still probably a half hour from the wormhole.
So you're about...
Is that roughly right?
You're going to be getting to the wormhole soon, and then the board would be catching up with you soon after that, yes.
Right. Because one of my values... Firstly, Starfleet is family for values, and some rules can be bent, others can be broken. I'm going to try and put in something, program the computer so that I can easily just tap a button and beam everyone to the shuttle.
Okay.
Because they want to be a distraction. James doesn't want to let them die. They seem determined, but not going to happen on her watch.
Okay, we could use that determination point for there. Which one are you using?
Well, either some rules can be bent, others can be broken, or Starfleet family. Technically, Seven and Echeb are not Starfleet,
Yeah.
but still, it sort of fits in that.
I think
So either
Starfleet's family works best for that. Because technically, even the EMH issuing orders isn't really an officer, and there's still that whole gray area about even for yourself, how sentient are holograms?
well, I think in James's position, very, but
True, and she probably doesn't even
given
see
the way
herself
she
as a hologram.
no. So did you want any sort of roll on that?
Nope, you're using you had successful installation of everything, and you're using your determination. So we'll say that is enabling you to do that. So you're basically programming in their badges or whatever it is to make sure they're on constant lock on, and then you'd be able to just instantly do it.
All right, cool.
Okay. There we go. So you got that done. Seven takes one last look at the ship and says, "Well done, Lieutenant. You are very efficient."
Thank you, I think. Shall we see what the bridge is up to?
Good idea. Okay, heading up to the bridge, they're monitoring the Borg rapidly approaching, and you now see the tiny proto wormhole on the sensors.
All right. I have decent science, so I'm going to meander on over to a station and scan the heck out of the proto wormhole, and see if I can get any more information from it just before we go in. See if I can do anything before we go in.
Okay. You could roll your scan. I'll let you do it, even though it's difficulty 0 because you have 0 momentum. So it's your choice. Roll for potential to gain momentum, or just automatically succeed.
I'll roll.
Okay.
I think we need momentum. So science and insight, or
just control and science for a typical roll there, and the
Control
roll
science?
for
Okay.
Voyager. I don't really know the stats on it. I don't know if we had that in roll 20. So you could just roll for basically the DEGRASSE TYSON, because it's similarly statted as a science vessel. So if somebody wants to roll the sensors on the DEGRASSE TYSON, that should do it. Okay, you got 2 on there, right? So that's 2 momentum coming back. Anyone want to do the DGT roll?
I can do that one moment. This will be what? Sensors and
Science.
Science.
Nothing. So just the 2 points on there. All right, you got the scan, and yeah, it's having the same properties as the Bajoran wormhole, at least as far as like the frequencies of the Verteron particle radiation goes. Very tiny, very unstable. Just probably the act of something attempting to pass through it will probably collapse it on this side.
okay, that's kind of good.
Anything else you want to know about it, that you want to do a momentum spend for obtaining information?
I would love to do lots of momentum spends, but I think we need the momentum.
Yeah.
So I because there's lots of questions I want to ask, but I think the others need the momentum, and potentially I'll need it too. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I don't suppose, because I'm pretty sure this will be a momentum spend. And if so, I'm not going to ask it. I don't know if you'll allow that. that's a bit of a, can I have my cake and eat it too? But is there any way of stabilizing the wormhole at the basic scan? So if I can't without spending momentum, then that's fine.
Without spending momentum, no, because that would
Okay.
require a much deeper analysis of it. So yeah.
I think we need momentum, so I'll leave it at that then.
Okay. The ECH turns to you, says, I think perhaps it's time that you and Lieutenant Weber get down to the shuttle and start heading towards that thing. We'll stay here and we'll try to slow down the Borg from getting to you. Besides, it's probably far more important that you reach the wormhole than we do. And we can always escape if you get through.
Are you sure? I really don't like leaving any of you here. Please. I know she means a lot to you, and maybe we can get reinforcements when we're back and come back and help her. And the others, obviously.
Well, with how quickly they were taken from here and assimilated without our knowledge, I don't know what kind of reinforcements you can bring to help us, but perhaps whatever you find on the other side that is the reason why you are here in the first place might have an answer for all of us. And besides, Lieutenant, Starfleet is family, and we can't leave our family behind.
Indeed. I look at Weber and I head towards the turbo lift and wait for him to join me.
Okay.
A certain determination now in my eyes.
He heads to the turbo lift with you.
Right, well, we make it down to the shuttle bay.
Okay.
Board said shuttle.
Okay.
I will put him into the transporter and put him into the buffer.
He wishes you good luck.
Thank you. Sit down at the console and go, shit, I haven't done this since the academy. And start, powering things up and getting everything ready.
Okay.
Tap the communicator. Shuttle to bridge.
Bridge here.
We are ready.
You're cleared to depart. Good luck, Lieutenant.
And you. Now, question for you. What is the range of the shuttle's transporter? Could I get to... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Could I get to the, I guess, event horizon of the proto-wormhole and still beam them across?
We'll say the farther you get from it, the more difficult it might be to lock on to their signal.
Right. I'm assuming it's going to be a roll.
For this, yeah, especially if you're going to wait until the end, yeah. If you did it right now while you're still inside the Voyager, then no.
How close are the Borg? So poke the nose of the shuttle out the shuttle bay doors.
Okay.
And get the sensors online and have a look at how close the Borg ship is.
Okay, it's probably going to be there within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Right. Point towards the wormhole. Go at as fast as I can without you know, because clearly you don't want to go warping into a unstable wormhole. So I'm approaching it quickly but safely.
Okay.
And once I get about a quarter of the way there, I'm going to beam them across.
Okay. Then we'll say at about that range, it's going to be a difficulty of 3, because you're beaming multiple people at once and they're not
Yep.
on the transporter pad. So go ahead, make your roll. You're going to initiate your plan into action. It's only going to be 1 roll to get them all because of what you did with the shuttle.
Okay. I am going to spend 1 of those momentum, please.
Okay. So that's going to be 3 dice, and that's control plus engineering.
Change the engineering. Okay. Oh, please let this work.
Look at that.
I didn't get anything back for it, but I'd still succeeded.
You did. So you pushed the button, and then suddenly, all 3 of them, the EMH, Icheb, and 7 and 9, materialize in the back of the shuttle. They look
Okay.
very disoriented. Lieutenant,
And,
what is going on? Why are we here?
Starfleet is family, and I just push it.
Okay, you start racing towards the wormhole?
Yep.
Okay. They start protesting. No, you have to send us back. The Borg will be here any moment.
I am going to put Icheb, and if they're still standing on the pad, Icheb and 7 into the buffer with, like, was originally planned.
7 opens her mouth and says, I must protest, and it's cut off by the transporter beam, throwing her into the buffer.
Right. I sort of turn to the doctor and say, we're probably not going to survive anyway, so...
Well, He rushes and sits down in the seat next to you and puts on the restraints. This is... If we do survive, I am going to file an official report about this to Starfleet.
Might be my first.
What? You could have told me that earlier.
Would you have let me do this if I had told you?
Of course I wouldn't. That's why I wanted you to tell me earlier.
That's exactly why I didn't.
Well, now I know.
Keep an eye on their on the power grid, and I start lowering life support to almost nothing. Increased power to structural integrity, and praying like heck.
Okay, and you see in the... Whoa, that's weird. You see in the sensors that the Borg have now arrived at Voyager, and you're rushing towards the wormhole. They're scanning Voyager. You could get on your long-range scans, and within a few moments of that, they begin increasing speed coming towards the wormhole. So let's do one last what is it, piloting check?
Oh, this is going to be terrible. All right, what do you want?
That is going to be control and con.
Con, yep, okay.
Or daring and con. It's your choice. Because you are kind of in a rough situation. And somebody could roll the Type 9 shuttle stats that we have on roll 20 for the engines and con. Or, yeah, I believe that's it. That's it.
All right. Come on, dice. Don't fail me now. You've been kind to me. Okay. That could have been worse, so that's not too bad.
Anyone else have that ship up there?
That being said, I don't know what your difficulty was, so...
Which one's the Type 9? Dawkins or
I
Sato?
believe that it's the smaller looking one, so I believe it's the Sato, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the Dawkins was the Type 8, right? Let me go roll 20. Oh, I'm not on the right.
Doesn't say on them.
The Dawkins is... Oh, no, it's the Sato. Sato is the Type 9.
Engines and
Con. Or...
Roll well.
Yeah.
Please.
It's me. You're gonna get a red 0. Told you. I got 2 of them somehow.
Rolling!
Okay, perfect.
No one else was.
Okay, so as you tried racing towards there, you start getting some red lights on your system, like with all the energy being used in the computer buffer or the transporter buffer.
Put a buffer, yep.
It's if you push the engines, it's going to take away from the transporters, and you're going to start possibly losing the people inside.
Okay. Bugger. I'm going to rematerialize them because I don't want to lose them, obviously. So, it'll only do... I think those pads are 2, or are they 1 in that shuttle? Do you know? Do you remember?
I believe it's whatever the story requires. So
There's 3 of them.
Okay. There you go.
Anyway, I'll start rematerializing in order of... So Weber first, 7 Echeb.
Echeb's like, what the hell, man? Why am I number 3? I'm a kid. Okay, yeah, you start they come out, and by now, like, the energy to the buffer is dead.
Bugger.
But you're rapidly approaching the wormhole now.
I will increase power back to life support, because funnily enough, we'll probably need that with 3 people needing to breathe and whatnot.
The ECH yells, "The Borg are almost on top of us. You better get us inside that wormhole if we're going to do whatever your crazy plan is."
And try and make as quickly as I can to the wormhole.
Okay, the ship
Do you want
gets
another roll?
closer and closer and closer. I just want you to make one more roll just to see if you get any kind of complication.
Oh, you're an evil man.
Yeah.
Don't you roll. Don't do it. Chris, save me. Please, Chris. Or Krell.
Let's see. Which one did we say it was?
It's the Sato.
The Sato, okay.
Engine and con.
Okay, engine. And what's the difficulty?
It's just a task roll of 1 and complication
roll
1.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably still gonna roll 2.
Oh, gosh.
I
Oh, I'm dead.
don't know why that 1 is a red. that doesn't really make sense to me. That says you rolled a...
That roll doesn't even make sense.
That roll doesn't even make sense at all. So I think that red 1 is a mistake. It's just a regular 1. I don't think it's a red.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's no way that should be it, because...
And this 0 is an 11. Like, why is it
Yeah,
red?
that's the glitch, that it's rolling 2 dice when it should only be rolling 1 dice again, so ignore that. And I just lost the screen again. Okay, so you punch it and you enter into the wormhole with a flash just as the Borg start firing out their cutting beams and their torpedoes at you. and you disappear in a whoosh. And we're going to go back to the Alpha Quadrant real quick, if we may. Going to you are now all approaching the what I like to call the Bajoran wormhole, which I believe is over here. And there is a small guard of Dominion ships kind of standing before the entrance of the wormhole. So what is your plan?
After you, Commander.
Captain Henderson will contact the Kira and say, Commander Locke, you are the tactical expert on this. I leave it in your hands, and it reminds you about the last time you took command when you were serving with him and you got the ship destroyed and most of the crew killed. That memory comes flooding back to you.
Locke is hearing those words from Zimmer. Yeah, it's kind of frozen him in place. He's very surprised at his own reaction to it because he's kind of going back and forth between current Locke and normal Locke, previous Locke, and at the same time he's trying not to let any of this show in front of his crew. But he eventually snaps to it and replies with replies to the captain saying, I do believe that I would be the best to decide on tactics if we were to take this as a head-on fight. However, given the current overarching situation, I believe that avoiding combat where possible is our best course of action, as we need to maintain what little supplies we have for the growing number of large encounters or large fights we have ahead of us. So if we can attempt to move around these ships, it would be in our best interest.
Captain Henderson nods. Understood. Full power to shields and engines then.
Yes, sir. And I move power to shields.
Okay, and then we are going to do, if you're just going to be rushing the entrance there, we're going to treat this as an extended task. So everybody's contribution will be going towards getting you all there. So there are 2 ships, so we're going to say magnitude of 2. We're going to say work track. How many ships do we have there? 5. So we're going to say work track of 10 for that. And the difficulty of this is going to be a difficulty of 2 standard. So I'm also going to spend on 2 points of threat to increase or to add the trait of guarded entrance. So +1 difficulty to this task roll, making it a 3 difficulty task. Okay, and I might as well spend two more threat to increase the complication range by 2 also. So it's complication range of 3 as well. How's that? I got plenty. So there's a lot that could go wrong. So everybody, your contribution is going to be rolling against this, what's it called? The extended task to try to whittle away at it. So what are your contributions? We have Drake, we have Krell, we have Locke, and unfortunately Tadashia still has not returned. I haven't got a message from him, so his internet might just be conked out completely.
Still on roll 20.
Yeah, that's weird. So let me just send another message to him. Like, he just might be phantom logged in. For the fact that he's... I don't know what all those whoops are. Let's see.
If he's not here, can we say he's working in the background to sort out the... Obviously, he has the information regarding the Verteron particles and the radiation, so he's working in the background to set something up to recreate those signals.
Yeah, I think that would be a fair thing to say for that, but I would still say probably would need you to spend your last momentum on that. It's usually about 2 to do that, but since Phantom Gene would be serving it otherwise, we'll say 1 momentum to do that, and that would at least lower the difficulty back down to 2.
Any objections? James doesn't have a say.
Well, she's a player. She could tell you what she thinks. She's going to maybe need that momentum later.
She's in the worm.
No. Spend it.
Okay.
But you guys have more chance of surviving, I think, potentially.
All right, so we'll say difficulty 2 then, because Phantom Gene. Okay. All right. Who would like to contribute first? Who would like to do their own thing?
I've got the ship stuff up, so if anything needs to be rolled
Okay.
from the ship, I've got the Zimmerman.
Krell, you're going to be in engineering, so any idea there? Lol commanding the Klingon, or even leading the pack itself of you and the Zimmerman with your tactical capabilities, and then of course Drake being the defensive and tactical guide to get through the ships.
Got here. I mean, Krell might have insider knowledge on the Dominion ship capabilities, maybe their shield frequencies, sensor capabilities. As long as they're not Cardassian ships, I feel like he wouldn't have a problem betraying him to save the universe.
Let's do that.
Cardassian after all.
Yeah, let's do that then. You want to use that? That sounds like a good idea to me. So if that's the case, we'll say you could roll your... that would be basically reason and security would be a good one, I think.
Got it. And
of course you could add to
range was 3.
Complication range is 3. You could add to threat if you want to buy more dice, or if you want to use a determination to get more thing.
Yes. How do I add the determination to this though? Just click one of the little white cubes here?
You would just say you're using it, and whatever value you would like to trigger for that, which thrill of the unknown, nothing better than practical experience, inexperience and nihilistic, seek out new life and new civilizations.
The thrill of the unknown. We're going into the wormhole.
Yep, there we go. So you could use it to get your instant 2 successes automatically, and then you could just roll 2 dice and you know you're succeeding.
That's awesome. Perfect.
Okay. So,
still want me to toss the dice or no?
Yep.
Oops.
One more time in slow motion, please. Okay, still rolling 3 for you. It should be on task roll of 2, complication range of 3. So maybe you click task roll 3 instead of complication range.
Oh, yeah. I was listening to the earlier roll.
Sorry.
I forgot to change that back.
Okay, we're getting lots of
First one.
Well, I think the first one counts better, and that's still a complication on there. So I'm going to say, well, I mean, you're still succeeding. You do get 1 momentum back, and you are doing your part. So I'm also going to need you to, your security was 1, right? So can you roll 3 challenge dice? Oh, I just lost a challenge die.
Got it.
Okay, 2 and a 1, so that's 3 off of the work track there of the progress you're making towards the wormhole. So you're calling out like the tactical information, the things that are going to help you as both vessels are making the charge, and Klingon and
Mhm.
Federation part firing. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Maybe he knows how they patrol, something like that.
Okay, so making it a little bit easier. I'm going to say that because of the complication that you rolled, though, once they start picking up on what's happening there, they have insider knowledge about us. They begin to realize that you know their policies. I'm going to increase the guarded by 2, so the next roll is back up to difficulty of 3.
Clever bastards.
Okay, who wants the next roll on this?
I think maybe you all decide what we do, and then I follow suit.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm leading the charge on this, and there. So as we're approaching, I will have my security head look to see if to try and find the optimal vector for minimizing their ability to to unload everything into us. So trying to find the safest angle of approach.
Okay. And you want to do that just by your tactical knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then that sounds to me like another command roll, right? Should be command and insight, maybe? Or you could even do security and insight. Or reason, even. So either one of those combinations, whichever one fits the image better for you.
Yeah, we'll do command and insight.
Okay.
And
focus
use
is on.
this focus for for fleet maneuvers. Oh.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
And okay, so complication range is 3, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you rolling
And
any extra dice or no?
how much momentum do we have?
1 momentum. 6 threat.
Okay, so and 1 momentum's not enough for an additional die.
1 die, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. I think I'll use it then to make it task roll 3.
Okay.
And yeah, I think we're good then. Hey.
There you go. That's 3 more momentum back, and you rolled your command, right?
Yeah.
So 7 challenge dice.
7.
2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5 on that, and I'm on the wrong side now. I'm on the right side. Where am I? Oh, that's what happened. I wrote 3 and 7 minus 3. So 7 minus that is 2. So yeah, you get 1 breakthrough on that, which means your tactics, you have basically cleared a path for the Zimmerman to cut ahead and break through the line, and it's going to reach the wormhole. No problem.
Go.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then David, you are the one left, and the difficulty is now reduced by 1 because of the breakthrough that he got right there on that.
Okay, so we've actually broken through.
The
There we
Zimmerman
go,
has like broken through onto the other side, while the Kira has communicated effectively the tactics to use to avoid them, basically drawing them off of you.
Cool. I'm wanting the Kira to join us, right? No?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I'm then going to fire back a spread of phasers to try and force the ships to take evasive maneuvers, opening a gap for the Kira to make its way through.
There you go. That sounds good to me, and that sounds like a typical control and security.
Cool. And I'm going to buy an additional dice with momentum to get 3 task roll. Complication range is still 3, and hopefully I don't kill us all. Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
But
complication.
You still got it. You still got.
And the ship helped.
And you get 1 more point back. So there you go. Oh, I don't think anyone rolled for the Kira either last time to get. Not that it matters. So we're fine. We're fine. Never mind. We don't have to muddy the waters.
Just saying that's how you roll, by the way.
Yeah.
For other people, just.
Okay, so you do got the complication on there. You did buy, but not with threat, so you can't re-roll that.
Correct? Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, so we'll use that complication in a second, but please roll your, or not roll your security score, which is what?
4.
4 plus 2, so 6 dice. 6 challenge dice.
Oh.
Yep, I'd say so. Okay, so you fire the spread, and let's see, you fire the spread, and it does the job. You see the beams going, and the Jem'Hadar ships are arcing away. They're trying to avoid getting hit, and that clears a path for the Kira to also break through the gap, and you reach the wormhole. And I'm just going to take the complication as 2 more threat, as both ships crash through the opening wormhole as you get to that point. And you race inside, and what do we have here? Inside the wormhole. So you go inside, and automatically sensors detect there's another vessel in there. It has a Starfleet reading. It's just coming through one of the waves on the side. Your sensors, both of you sensors, detect it as being a shuttlecraft from the USS Voyager.
Let's make a connection.
Okay, comms open. James, you're getting a signal from the Federation vessel. There's a Federation vessel and a Klingon vessel that had just entered the wormhole coming the opposite way and are meeting you head on, and they are hailing you.
All right. Now, just a quick question. Because James has not had this alternate life, James is unaware of all of the Dominion stuff and all of that, correct?
She's unaware of the things happening in this timeline.
Right. Excellent. I open up comms.
Okay. So on screen is the USS Zimmerman. You see a bunch of unfamiliar faces, but a couple of recognizable in the form of Drake and Lieutenant Thadagia also in the back. And I'll just say for now, just briefly, also at this point, once you're in the wormhole, Krell actually comes onto the bridge as well, because knowing that you're in the wormhole, you reach the thing. He wants to see it from the front screen himself. So you see your familiar Cardassian friend, but this time in Obsidian Order armor, come into view on the bridge as well.
Well, you see, because obviously she would know that that's the Zimmerman, like, because it would come up on her screen as where it's from.
And the Zimmerman, you know, was lost in battle years ago.
Right. That I didn't know as a player, but okay. And, you know, people she knew on the DeGrasse Tyson are on there now. So it's like blowing her mind.
Yeah. Can I just say, because Krell is about to leave soon, we reached his time limit here. So, Krell, if you want to have any final parting scene as you see the somewhat begrudgingly working with you co-worker, Lieutenant James, alive and well, on this mysterious shuttle there. I'll give you a moment if you would like to have a scene. If not, then I want you to at least have a chance to say goodbye to everyone before we have to say catch you later.
Yeah. Krell comes onto the bridge and he's just amazed because he's probably not seen this too many times, and he sees all the wormhole action, and he sees James on the screen, and he's like, "That's a face I've not seen in a while. Familiar,
Why
yet
are you
different."
wearing that uniform?
Well, it's a long story. Maybe you should come on board and we can catch up.
She's looking around at like those that she can see on the bridge there. Like, what the heck is going on?
Log, you're seeing this as well. Will, you have to go now.
Yes,
Okay.
it's been awesome, my friends. I
Okay.
will pay attention and see you guys as soon as I can again.
Yeah, thanks for joining
Good.
us. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Thanks,
Good to
Will.
see you,
Rock and roll,
Will.
my friends. Yep, see you
Good
soon.
to see you.
Don't get me killed.
No
No
promises.
promises.
Yeah, right? That's the thing. See ya. Take it
Later,
easy,
my
man.
friends.
See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, Locke, you're seeing this as well. You're seeing, and then there were four. You're seeing this as well on the screen. You immediately recognize her from another lifetime as Lieutenant James. You don't recognize the people with her except for Weber standing in the background, gasping for air. No, the life support's back on.
They're all probably still bitching at me though.
Yeah, they're all well. Right now, they're fascinated because they're in the wormhole and encountering two new ships at the same time. So I'll give any of you a scene if you want it real quick.
Drake just under his breath goes, "Look, a Zimmerman."
Heyo,
Famous guest.
heyo.
What the ever-loving heck is going on?
I'd like to ask you the same thing there, James. What are you doing here?
That ship is destroyed. And what are you doing on a ship that's not your ship?
Captain Henderson
And-
looks over you like, what does she mean this ship is destroyed?
That might be a conversation for another time, Commander. Captain, sorry.
He doesn't seem satisfied with that answer.
Look, this shuttle is somewhat fragile and very, very, very crowded. Do you mind if we come across, assuming you're not some figment of my imagination?
I believe that would be the captain's call.
Well, why not? We got so many guests anyhow. We might as well have a few more. Is your friend supposed to be glowing? Commander Locke, you'll notice that in the back, Weber standing there, he starts to take on a shimmering appearance, and he's looking at his hands very oddly and in a confused expression.
For once, I might be glad that Weber is up to his religious experiments again, obviously.
He says something a little indeterminate, like can't really make out the words that he's saying, and he calls out to Lieutenant James, but then there's a large flash of white light, and it envelops everyone on all three vessels, and everything fades away into nothing but a white nothingness, pretty similar to what you saw when you were at the core of the terminal singularity back on back in the oubliette. So if you could just give me 1 minute to prepare something for you. Hang on. Just want to get all the things on here. Just take your time. You're being enveloped in white light, so enjoy being enveloped in white light. I don't hear enjoyment.
Trying to find some white light.
Let's see.
I think we're probably all having sort of nervous breakdowns.
Yeah, this hasn't happened to us before.
Okay, so this might be it. All right, so you, as I said, I believe, I don't know if you can see it, but I believe you are all in, you find yourself standing in this white, cloudy void. Weber is not with you, however.
And muttered from James, it's just like, oh, far out, what now? It's not loud, it's just sort of like, oh, far out.
But it still manages to echo back and forth as you're complaining to yourself or worrying to yourself. You see like a shadowy shape of a humanoid approaching you from the glowing void.
Let's go.
It's kind of, it's basically just an outline of a human, or a person, I should say. Humanoid, I guess in Star Trek is the term, as it's approaching. And it says, in a voice that starts as like a distant whisper, but gets louder as the shape gets closer. Welcome, my friends. I'm so glad that you could make it.
Who are you?
That is a very good question. Sometimes I wonder that myself since I've arrived here. Am I alive? Am I dead? Am I the dreamer? Or am I the dream?
Can we see each other? So do I know Lolk and everyone else is there?
Yeah, you see each other perfectly.
Are you here to help us?
I think that you are here to help me.
How so?
Something went horribly wrong. Something is threatening all of our existence, and the question is, what is existence? Is it what I created in my mind? Is it what is creating itself and coming into my mind? Do I have control over it? Does it have control over me? But all I know is that if you do not change the story, none of us are going to continue.
Is Q Jr. in here with us?
No.
Okay. I don't know what the heck's going on here. None of that made sense. That's double talk, by the way.
You'll have to forgive me. I sometimes forget myself when I've been in here. Sometimes I believe I've just arrived. Sometimes I feel that I've been here for countless millennia, and other times I feel like I haven't even arrived here yet.
Do you have a name?
Yes, when I was living my life, creating everything that I thought I encountered here, I was known as Benny Russell.
Yay! outside of game, obviously. Drake doesn't just shout yay.
Although it would be fun if he did.
Just all of a sudden.
I
Called it.
I lost track of my story. You are not the characters I've created or that I've written about, but I've been following your tale as it's been coming in. And I don't know if I'm able to write the ending, but you can.
Tell us how.
Okay, I think I understand what's going on now. I've
We all
just
turned to
had
look.
a nervous breakdown. You're all figments of my imagination. And I'm still on the shuttle. That is the only thing that makes sense. James then sits down.
Oh, believe me, I understand that feeling, James. I had my own nervous breakdown not too long ago, or maybe it's not too long from now, or, well, who knows when, but believe me, truth is stranger than fiction.
Can you help us get us back to our original timeline and end this one?
I believe that I can get you back to the point where this started, and it's up to you to find your way out.
We'll take whatever we can get.
What other timeline?
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
You know
Good
this
God.
at
Like,
this point.
she's still under the impression that she's having a nervous breakdown, so she's like...
Now you realize Lulk is in full Klingon armor and completely different style for his hair.
No, that all makes...
Krell is in
It all
his
makes...
Obsidian Order armor as a Cardassian, and
It all makes sense for her breakdown.
yeah. Well, for a breakdown,
like,
yeah.
she's always said that Krell is, a traitor, so it makes sense that in her breakdown, he's in Obsidian Order uniform and Lulk is Klingon. Anyway.
I like that she believes her breakdown includes all these racist stereotypes of Klingons and Cardassians instead of seeing them as equals. Shame on you, hologram James. Shame on you.
This is why we shouldn't treat them like people.
Yeah, that's why. She's making the argument against. But I have to warn you, once I send you back there, it's completely out of my control again. You are not able to return to me, and when you cannot return to me, I can't help you. So it is going to be all on your own to find a better solution than what came before.
Can you give us any guidance on how to do that without speaking in riddles?
All I know is that you are facing a very dangerous foe who shouldn't be awoken. I've tried communicating with Lieutenant Weber on numerous occasions to warn him of what was happening, but unfortunately wasn't able to get the message through to your captain. I was hoping that she would be assimilated by the crew of the Darwin so she could communicate with them directly and to prevent them from assimilating this Q being that was in prison. But now that she is not connected to them, you are going to have to find a way to stop the Darwin from waking up the Q. And instead, I believe you're going to have to destroy it while she is still mortal.
To confirm, destroy the Q?
He nods.
Okay.
Wait. What? Hold on. Some of that made sense. Now, this may also be part of this breakdown. But I remember the Darwin. What are you talking about, Q? What? Why would we destroy the Q? How do you destroy a Q?
That actually is a good question. Is a mortal Q mortal in the same way a human is mortal, or a special type of mortal?
When she is imprisoned, all her powers are gone. It's the act of waking her up that the Darwin did, which reconnected her with her Q abilities, and unfortunately also connected her with the Borg hive.
Okay. Shoot first, ask question later. That's a new way of doing things.
I know that's different from what you are trained as Starfleet. Believe me, I've written quite a lot about Starfleet myself. But if you could put this aside and step outside of what you know to be right.
Hold on. Sorry. You're only going to speak in riddles anyway. But so let me get this straight. The Darwin assimilated the Q?
Yes. And now she's controlling the Borg and planning on taking over the entire universe, and we are the things allowing her to do so.
Couldn't we go back and stop old us, from making contact with the Darwin, which would thus prevent the Darwin meeting the Borg?
Turn and look at Benny.
The events which have led to this have already come to pass. You need to be at the exact moment where it splits in order to regain your universe where it continues.
And when we killed the Q in the oubliette, does the oubliette disappear? End? Or are we trapped there?
I believe without the prisoner you will find that there is no prison. What, unfortunately, I cannot guarantee for you is what will happen to you remaining inside the prison once it ceases to be.
You're saying that we could cease to be?
He nods again.
I guess the alternative is much worse.
How is it much worse?
Q Borg combination taking over the universe and creating and controlling it like a god.
Yep. Fair point. You win.
Unfortunately, yes.
Sorry, I'm just grasping that idea as just it's too unfathomable.
Benny speaks up again, just for a moment. Right now, where we are, the home of the prophets, we are existing outside of both space and time at the moment, whatever a moment might be outside of space and time. The longer you are here, the more you become disconnected with the fourth dimension, and you begin to lose what it means to be a linear being, which sadly I feel has been happening to me for far too long. However, the universe that you know it, the linear universe, as well as this liminal membrane that the Q is creating, is still progressing in the fourth dimension. The longer we wait here, the closer she is to completing her overwrite of what we know to be the true timeline.
So, I don't know, shove us back on the ship and beam us there.
Let's go kill a Q.
Never
Are
thought
you-
I'd hear that.
Are you ready for that?
No, but here we go.
Lolk, anything to say?
So long as we get back to our original timeline and we have another chance to prevent this current timeline, then I have no arguments.
All aboard the crazy train.
Benny waves his
Another day in
hand
Starfleet.
towards the side as if he's motioning for you to walk in that direction.
I stand up. Well,
I'll start
shall
walking. Let's go.
we? I'll follow.
I'm looking forward to reading how your tale concludes. Good luck, my friends.
Let's hope it's not a short story.
Okay, you all start walking in that direction, and it feels like only a moment passes, and the white, misty shroud fades away, and you realize you are all standing on the bridge of the DeGrasse Tyson. Looking outside of the viewport, you see the white void that you entered of the terminal singularity, and you see parked outside also the USS Darwin is there, and this is the moment where the crew begins walking out of the ship into the void, walking on the void, going towards the glowing center.
I
Unless-
will run to a console and just give the ship all the power I can to weapons.
Unless
Oh, the
anyone's got
kitty!
anything else to say. Yes, Kitty might die. I'm
Oh.
powering up phases.
Or
You wanna get that
Captain
command
Lolk,
block?
I should say. You're back in the captain's chair. Those are other crew members talking in the background.
What a
It's,
time to get
Sorry about
coffee.
that. Yeah, I look around and immediately ask for status report.
Voomv says that, yeah, there's no momentum, there's nothing, there's no air outside, but you're still breathing. She gives you a full rundown of everything that your memories tell you it was up until the moment that everything went to hell.
All right, so we are in the exact moment before the Darwin enters,
Yeah.
and there's no chance to stop them from entering at this point. They're
walking towards
immediately
it.
before
Yeah,
going.
they're walking towards. Yeah, they're walking towards the sphere with the translucent body in the fetal position inside.
The Q said we had to do it right at the point, though. Sorry, not the Q. The
Prophet.
Misty Cisco.
Misty Cisco.
Name's Bendy. Benny.
Bendy. I think Bendy's better.
Shut up. I think now's a better
So then I
time than any.
say, yeah, then I say on my mark, and I give a countdown to line up exactly with the point of contact.
Okay, you see the
Give
crew
us
of
the
the
countdown.
Darwin marching. They're going to be there in 10, 9, 8,
Starts at 10.
7, 6, 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, now.
press the button and fire all phases.
Okay, you just see just a wave of phaser fire go out, spreading into that sphere that they are approaching. It begins to glow and shimmer and just expand wildly, and all sensors start flashing on the consoles that there is a massive energy buildup. You can't see the crew of the Darwin anymore. You can't even see the ship of the Darwin now. They all disappear in this giant glow. It seems like whatever is happening with the phasers hitting this thing, it's about to explode with a massive burst of energy.
I put all energy from the weapons into the shields, if I can do that.
If you don't, I do.
Locke,
There you go.
Locke, what's your order?
Yeah, full power to shields.
This looks like something that shields won't be able to stop. Imagine a supernova.
I see.
Yeah.
But we're still inside the pocket dimension.
Nothing.
You're in there, but its composition is starting to deteriorate.
Run.
Yeah. So full power. After hearing the quick report from the science station that the shields will not survive it, Locke changes the command to turn tail and run full power to engines.
Okay. Full power, and I'm going to spend 6 threat.
Shadow Wave, you spend nothing.
6 threat.
Damn,
Okay.
wrong game.
6 threat. So this is going to be a difficulty 6 engines. What is it? Piloting thing. So again, because nobody's actually controlling a pilot, you're all going to be doing your own thing. So Locke, that was your command you're given, so you're taking the lead. They're going to be rolling against your command by contributing to it in their own way. So you are the lead giving the command. You have 3 momentum, and Drake and James is going to be able to assist you.
All right.
Difficulty 6.
I can't even select 6.
What's that?
I said I can't even select 6.
Not complication range.
Oh, no, not complication 6. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you need 6 successes, which
Need 6
typically
successes.
5 is the maximum, except in extreme circumstances. So 6 for this one.
Okay, but the complication range is what?
Complication range is still 1 on this. It's just 6.
Oh, it's still 1.
Yes, yeah. Nothing on there. So I assume we're still doing your command on that because you're not actually piloting the ship, unless you're going to run, knock Vumbi out of the way, and you take the controls as a dashing Klingon warrior, which is possible.
I mean, I don't think I have to move to do that. I think I can do that from the captain's seat.
You could, but that also increases the difficulty by 1.
Yeah. No, I'm just giving him the command to run as quickly as possible away from the giant explosion. I mean,
okay,
one of those commands you feel like you maybe don't need to give, but
yeah. But it could be the way you say it that's important. Okay.
And task roll, it's 2 and then go up to 3 with the momentum.
You could buy up to 5 with the combination of momentum and threat.
He needs no more threat.
I only have 1
He's
point
got no
of
more threat.
I got 1 left. I've already blew my threat on making this 6. Yeah,
we need 6 successes.
Yeah.
I think we need to go all the way up to 5.
It'll be a big roll.
Somebody needs to open the DEGRASSE Tyson as well.
Yeah.
And
I'll let you
Yeah,
do
we'll
that,
go-
James.
okay.
Yeah, we'll go up to 5.
Okay,
Give me all that threat.
so let's see. I assume you want to spend the least amount of threat, right? So that would be, well, you wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. So I think either way, you still have to get 3 points of threat. So plus
Yeah.
3 threat, and then spending all 3 of your momentum will give you
Yep, and I
5
can
dice
re-roll 1 of the threat.
with the bold. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have don't roll yet. So that'll be 5 dice. It's command and how are you doing that? You're going to do command and presence, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Because you're ordering. So command and presence, 5 dice, and you are doing leadership as a focus, or maybe even survival can be stretched into this. Either way, focus should be on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and let's see, Drake, you're going to contribute. How are you contributing to the? Well, James would probably be easier as the engineer, so I assume you're going to be punching everything into the engines, right?
Combination of putting everything in, well, not everything into engines, like most of it into engines, structural integrity, and just removing power from everything else.
Okay.
That light
You know,
support.
holodecks go dark. Everything else goes dark, pretty much.
Mm.
Let's just everything's going into engines.
Okay. Then that would be, I think, regular control and engineering, right?
Yep, sure.
If that's how you, or do you have a different way you want to do it?
No, control engineering makes the most sense, I think.
Okay. And Drake, what is your? You're only rolling 1 die on that, Liz. Keep that in mind as a assist.
As an assist, you probably can't. But can I've used my determination. I can't. Never mind.
Okay. Drake.
I have no power here.
I like
I'll
that
send
quote
out...
though. You have no power here.
Unfortunately, it's I have no power here. I will tell security to prepare. Well, send it to red alert, let everyone know, brace for impact, and tell security to prepare for potential injuries and casualties.
Okay. And what are you rolling for this?
This will be my first ever presence roll and security, I imagine.
Let's do that then. Why not?
And what about DEGRASSE?
And DEGRASSE Tyson will be structure and engines.
They're both systems.
Sorry about that. Structure and con. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Cool. All right, we ready to roll?
All right. Should we have the assist roll first? Because if Locke rolls all blanks, none of your results count anyhow. So
it's more dramatic.
Yeah, let's do. How about the DEGRASSE Tyson? Let's have that. It's been a while since the DGT did anything in our game, so there we go.
Hey.
Go on.
We got 1. Okay, Liz, your 1 die.
2.
Okay.
Here comes your complication.
Oh, 3. And
3.
5 dice from Locke. Let's see what happens.
Come on, Locke.
Hey!
Oh, 1, 2, 3, and
you can re-roll
2,
0 as well.
2 extra, and yeah, you could re-roll that and get the complication if you want.
No.
Okay. The DGT just banks hard away from this center as it starts pulsating and glowing, and there is this just soul-shattering crack and explosion behind you as you are punching the engines as fast as possible. The ship is vibrating almost to the point of ripping itself apart. You see the wave of energy overtaking you and just like hugging and making the view screen fuzzy around you as you're just at the trailing edge of it, barely getting through. And then at the last moment, it all fades, and you see for the first time in a while from the bridge of the DeGrasse Tyson, you see stars appear in front of you as you come spinning out into normal space. Your engine's pretty banged up, but at the same time, you are out of the oubliette.
Plasma just sort of smoking off the trail as we're flying along.
Kind of. Yeah, pretty much. And on the bridge, you're seeing there basically shaken. There's smoke coming out of the consoles. Even with the warp engines cut, the floor plating is still vibrating. Still seem to be pushed to the extremes. And there you are.
Someone else wants to go.
I like the fact that there is dead silence because I could imagine that.
Yeah, I just want to check something.
Where are we?
Liz, are you checking that on your own?
Well, I say that, and I'll sort of meander on over to the console next to me because I'd be standing in front of engineering and do a quick scan of is this known space?
With the sensors back online and picking up readings from the area, and you see the buzzard collectors are pulling in deuterium, getting energy back into the ship. You realize you're pretty much where you were when you entered the comet, which no longer seems to exist.
And James lets out a very loud woohoo!
Drake, something seems wrong with you.
Yeah, Drake just remembered something.
I think I might know what you just remembered, but Locke, anything from you first?
Yeah, just status report.
James, you might as well tell him.
We're back where we disappeared into the whatever it was. Comet. That's not a comet.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the power reserves are being refilled.
Oh,
now with
and we're seemingly getting power back.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I've got a
Everyone
lot of
on
work.
board and safe.
You get reports from different departments coming in. Thadagia down in sickbay is sending in reports there that everyone's okay. You're getting reports from Krell down in engineering that everyone in engineering seems to be okay. He also mentions he's back in his Starfleet uniform. But you do get a notice that Thishran and Weber are not present on the ship. Also, in case you can hear that noise, that rumbling in my microphone, can you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Because it's probably going to be picked up on the mic and it's going to be in the video. That's not a motorcycle. That is the most obnoxious young guy and his sports car that parks across the street. But anyhow. So Thishran and Weber are not on the ship.
And the captain?
Is
Drake?
still on the Darwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid
Yeah,
of.
Drake is, whilst you were getting the reports, scanning to see if he can find the Darwin.
There is no trace of the Darwin left
Shit.
behind. And with that mentioned, the crew kind of all swivels in their chair looking around at each other.
I'll turn to the now captain and say, Captain, where do we go from here?
At this point, it's best that we check in with Starfleet. I doubt there's anything that can be done for them for now, from where we are. If there's no trace of the pocket dimension, the entrance, or the Darwin, then I doubt staying out here will help us find where they might have ended up. However, I do have faith that we will find them.
Captain?
Yes, James.
I think heading back to a station could do us good. There are some damages to the ship that probably can't be done in space.
Yes, the DEGRASSE Tyson has been through quite a lot, as have we all. I think that we are all in need of rest and repair.
Okay. If anyone else wants to chime in with a few things, we still have a moment or two, so please go ahead and do
Drake
that.
would like to have one tiny thing.
Yes.
Before we head back to the Starfleet station, maybe we should see if Lieutenant Commander Velik is still on the moon. And that's all I got.
Of course.
Okay. We're going to go to a follow-up scene, if I may. So 1 second here.
Oh, I heard him.
Oh, see, because he's driving by now. This guy, I swear. All right, a couple hours later, we'll say, as basically the crew's getting the ship back into seaworthy condition, even though not on the sea, and you're making your way back to well, as close to Federation space as you could get, deep in the Shackleton Expanse. Velik is no longer on the moon. You see he managed to find a way to get that crash shuttle up and running, apparently, because the shuttle is gone as well. And that would have been months ago anyway, so he is not there. And you assume he has probably made his way to a safe port of call by this point. And you're starting to receive messages back from Starfleet. They are happy to hear that you were not lost in action, as was believed, since they lost contact with you for quite a while. And they are processing the report that you've sent, and all the departments are filing still with you, including what they've experienced in the parallel universe. But it still remains that Weber and Thishran are not on the ship at all. And we're going to cut real quick to Locke's ready room as you're basically processing all the information that you've been getting. Now you are still acting captain, of course, on the DEGRASSE Tyson, and you're reading over the reports. When you hear, or I should say, before you hear, you feel like there's a presence in the room with you.
I start to turn my head, but then return my focus to what the task at hand.
Voice speaks out, "Oh, come on now, you're not even going to look at me."
So that startles me enough that I do swing my head all the way around.
You see Q Jr. relaxing on your sofa.
I sigh heavily.
Well, congratulations to you and your crew. That was some impressive flying. I was watching from afar and I was applauding the whole time. Good job.
I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm at least relieved that you've had the good sense to stay afar.
Oh, well. You know me, I aim to please, just like my father did. I will say that your sofa is not anywhere near as comfortable as Captain Janeway's.
Well, I can't say that I'm disappointed to have disappointed you.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. I have my powers back. All is right with the universe, and you have eliminated one of my kind. Bravo to you. That's not easy to do, although technically we did all the heavy lifting by making her mortal.
So, from the sounds of it, it sounds that you're no longer mortal.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of actually getting through that little sticky situation we were in. But again, I came here to give you my thanks and let you know that, yeah, the Q Continuum, while not necessarily owing you one, appreciates the effort that you put forward to fix the mistakes that, and let's be fair, you caused.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We are the ones who left a ticking time bomb that could end all existence unguarded and without warnings written clearly upon it in the middle of space. Definitely our fault.
I don't know how my father puts up with this. First of all, it's not ticking time bomb. Second of all, if it makes you feel any better, we are now reviewing how we imprison each other, so this is not going to happen again.
Well, at least some of you have common sense. Or at least have time to do something constructive instead of play with us mere mortals.
Oh, you give yourself too much credit. I also stopped by to give you a message, if I may, or am I intruding on your angry Klingon time?
Please, let's have it.
Well, I just wanted to let you know, if you're up for listening to it, that your crew member, the Andorian, not the doctor, the other one, he was a really angry guy. I would like to say his name, but I don't quite remember it. Uh, Unfortunately, we had to leave him behind in that universe that you came from, or the liminal membrane, as it's called. We needed a sort of anti-anchor to make sure that it closed up properly, and he didn't necessarily want to return from his life with his cat girlfriend or whatever that thing is.
I see. That's most unfortunate.
Well, most unfortunate, yes, maybe from your point of view, because again, you are very limited, you are very based in time and linear, and yeah, that universe no longer exists, but for him, the universe played out to its end, and he is going to enjoy the benefits of living a life with his cat, whatever that thing. Again, I don't really know your species here, and frankly, there's other galaxies that are so much more interesting than this. And my father just sent me to tell you this stuff. I'm just a messenger. But don't feel bad for him. He's living a good life, and now there's no more Q Borg over there. All of that's unraveling, all of that's good. Blah, blah, blah. Everything's fine, possibly. Who cares? I personally don't.
Well, everything's well that ends well. I suppose that's what my mother used to say.
Okay, sure. You're not going to offer me coffee, are you?
Coffee?
Yeah,
Do I look like Bashoran?
I don't even know what that means, but whatever. Enjoy being back to this pitiful existence that you have. With any luck, I won't be seeing you again. Cheerio, tata. I don't know what to say goodbye here. I have better things to do. And he snaps his finger, and he disappears.
Wait a minute. What? It's just to make sure I got that right, it is a Bajoran that's making the coffee on our ship all the time, right?
Probably. Who knows?
Because it was Mabrin.
Oh no! Wait.
Alder.
It was Alder, and he had the Tellarite friend doing it.
Oh no! It was Alder that made the coffee.
Alder. Well,
Oh,
he had the Tellarite doing it, but that's okay. Like I said.
Okay, my bad. I messed it up.
He yells out, "No, Tellarite! Ah, God! I wish he could come back and hear that. And you had all those brands of coffee that you could have given him, and you missed out on the chance.
No, I was just trying to make another joke of Lolk making cultural confusions, but
Well,
I guess
it kind of worked. It kind of worked. It kind of worked either way. But you were left alone in the silence of your ready room and just gazing out the window. Would anyone like a final scene with anything before this episode comes in, or even a group scene together?
Nothing I can think of except for the funeral for the captain.
Yeah.
And I guess the Shran.
Yeah, pretty much just. Well, I mean, we don't know what. I mean, at this point, we still think Weber too, right?
Didn't mention Weber, so don't know what's going on there.
Maybe he's still
Yeah.
in his room doing his orb thing.
Just ignoring everything.
And you didn't ask the Q about him either. So potentially dead. Potentially off doing his orb thing. Or whatever it is.
I mean, he disappeared for days last time.
Yeah, this is not unusual for Weber.
Yeah.
Usually not a good sign, though. But yeah.
Okay, so if nothing else, then we could just end it with the crew gathered for a very somber memorial service for the captain, while there's still an air of hope that now you're back in the Alpha Quadrant, or Beta Quadrant, actually, in the Shackleton Expanse, and you are limping your way back towards Federation space with the hopes of something better on the horizon. Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Nice depressing end.
Then bittersweet, I think, is the way of putting it. So, with that brings to an end episode 1 of season 2. May you live in interesting times. Thank you all for joining us. The few of you that were able to stay to the end without pressing issues or internet trouble. And hopefully we will see you all next time for episode 2. But thank you very much for watching, and see you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.